everybody, it's Neil again from Heart of Texas Armory, and today I want to bring you guys a video review and overview of the newest optic from Holosun. And that optic is the Advanced Enclosed Microsight, or more commonly known by the abbreviation AEMS. So join me today and find out my complete thoughts on this new release from Holosun. And before we get too far into this video review, we do want to let you guys know we do sell this AEMS optic at our website, heartoftexasarmory.com. And if you are interested in this optic, definitely check it out. We also have an excellent coupon code available. So if you are interested in this optic, reach out to us using the integrated chat system on the website and ask for a coupon code. Specifications. So the specs for the AEMS red dot are quite impressive. One of the main things that stands out to me is how compact this fully enclosed red dot actually is. So the dimensions here are 2.2 inches front to back, 1.4 inches wide, and a height of 2.4 inches. So those dimensions do make this optic quite a bit smaller than some of the other offerings from Holosun, and you can really see the size difference when we compare this AEMS optic against the 512C, which is also another fully enclosed optic from Holosun. The AEMS does also include integrated flip-down lens covers, so when you combine these with the fully enclosed emitter, this optic is really going to outperform any other rifle or carbine optic in the Holosun lineup, particularly when you put this optic in adverse conditions. For reticle choices, you do get three options with the AEMS, and those are the 65 MOA circle with a 2 MOA dot, the 2 MOA dot by itself, or the 65 MOA circle by itself. And this unit does also have all the extra features and technology built into it that most Holosun optics come with. So you do get the motion sensing technology, the solar cell technology, as well as the shake awake technology. And like most other high quality red dots, this unit does have unlimited eye relief, which is nice, and it is shockproof and fog proof. And the AEMS optic does carry the very impressive IPX8 waterproof rating, which is always appreciated. Materials and construction. So the AEMS optic body and mount are both constructed out of 7075 T6 aircraft grade aluminum. And that is a nice upgrade over the standard 6061 T6 that most red dots are constructed out of. And without getting into too much detail, that 7075 aluminum is just going to give you a bit more strength when compared to the 6061. And as you can probably tell, the AEMS does come with a nice matte black anodized aluminum finish. And I definitely do prefer this matte black finish compared to some of the more glossy finishes that Holosun has used in the past. Taking a look at the left-hand side of the optic, you'll see there are two rubberized buttons here that do control the intensity of the illumination as well as the windage adjustment. Flipping the optic around, we will find the elevation adjustment as well as the battery tray compartment here. And real quick on that battery compartment, you can see that the Torx screws here are oversized, which is a major improvement over the smaller size Torx head screws used in some other models. On the top of the unit, you will find the flush mounted solar cell as well as the latches, which do release the integrated flip down lens covers. And those lens covers are a nice touch because they will keep your actual lens clean as well as free of scratches for the most part. And they are also designed to be sacrificial, meaning that if you drop this optic on the corner like right here, these lens covers are designed to break and they are replaceable. So if you do drop your optic or smash it on something pretty hard and you end up breaking those lens covers, you can order replacements from Holosun. And then to replace the lens covers is a pretty easy operation. All you need to do is back out these two screws here and then replace the broken lens cover with a new one. The replaceable mount on the AEMS optic is very well executed, and you can see that the construction is overbuilt. Like I mentioned before, the mount is also constructed out of 7075 T6 aluminum, so this mount is definitely going to be able to handle any type of abuse you throw at it. And one other nice touch I'll mention about this mount is that the screw that they provide here, which is a Torx headed screw, it is oversized when compared to some of the previous models from Holosun. So of course that larger screw is going to provide more strength, but it's also going to help prevent you from stripping out the threads on the screw if you over tighten it. So overall, the materials and construction of the AEMS red dot is excellent. What we have here is probably the best built optic in the Holosun lineup in my opinion. Now the only thing I'll mention, and I'll mention more about this in the negatives, is that by the nature of the design, it is kind of boxy. So aesthetically, it's not as pleasing as some of the other optics like the 510C, for example. But when you look at just the construction, it is top notch. Controls and operation. So the AEMS optic does come with a total of 12 intensity settings. You have 10 daytime settings and 2 night vision settings. And the intensity is controlled by these 2 buttons here on the left-hand side of the optic. You can see that they are labeled plus and minus, and of course the plus does raise the intensity and the minus does lower the intensity. The optic does have Holosun's awesome shake-awake technology built into this unit. And what that shake-awake tech will do is, if the optic senses no motion after a certain amount of time, it will power down to conserve battery life. And then the instant that it does sense motion, the optic will turn right back on for you. So with this technology, you really don't have to worry about turning the optic on or off manually unless you really want to. But if for whatever reason you do want to power the optic down manually, it's a very simple procedure. All you have to do is push both buttons right here at the same time, and that will turn the optic off. And then to turn the optic back on, all you need to do is push either the plus or minus button and the optic will turn on. And the AEMS red dot does have a memory, and what that means is that if the optic is powered down manually or from sensing no motion, when the optic powers back on, it will retain the last intensity setting it was set on before it powered down. And real quickly, I want to go over 2 other features that this optic does have. One is that it does come with 3 different reticles that you can cycle between. And all you need to do to cycle between the reticles is to hold down the minus button here for 3 seconds. When you do that, you will cycle between the 3 choices, which again are the circle dot, the circle by itself, or the dot by itself. And finally, there are 2 modes with this optic. One is a automatic mode and the other is a manual mode. To cycle between the 2 modes, all you have to do is hold down the plus button for 3 seconds. When you are in auto mode, the optic is going to automatically ramp up or go down in intensity based off of the ambient light that the optic senses. Alternatively, if you are in manual mode, now you have full control over the intensity by using the plus and minus buttons here on the side of the unit. Positives and negatives. Starting off with the first positive, the AEMS red dot is a true fully enclosed red dot. And like the name implies, that means that the LED emitter is fully enclosed inside this optic, protected by both a front and rear lens. And the main benefits of being fully enclosed is that this optic is going to perform much better than a non-fully enclosed in adverse conditions. So if you do drop this optic into heavy mud or some other type of material like that, it's not going to block the emitter. Sure, you may have mud or some other debris caked up on top of the lens here, but you're easily able to just clear it off with your hand or a piece of cloth. Another advantage of this optic is that if you take this unit from a very cold environment to a very hot environment or vice versa, this particular red dot is not going to fog up as bad as some other optics on the market. Probably my most important positive with this optic, at least for me personally, is just how small and compact it is, as well as how lightweight. With its current mount, you're looking at only 5.5 ounces. And then when you compare the size here against, say, the 512C, you can really see how much smaller and more compact this AEMS optic is. Very impressive. And then finally, this optic is, of course, fully enclosed, but it does come with additional flip-down lens covers. And these lens covers do help to protect your lens even more, so you're not going to get debris or dirt inside there when they're flipped up. And they're also pretty much waterproof too, with a nice seal. So overall, the AEMS red dot is going to perform excellent in adverse conditions. Another positive with the AEMS optic is that the mount is removable and replaceable. So out of the box, this unit will be set up for lower 1/3 height, which is approximately 1.63 inches above your Picatinny rail. But Holosun will have different height mounts available. Right now, as of early December, as far as I know, they're not available, but they are coming soon. So if you wanted to lower this AEMS optic down to a low mount or absolute co-witness, or even higher like a 1.93 mount, those options should be coming soon. Another positive with this optic is just all the technology that's built into it. So we have the awesome 50,000 battery life hours, the shake-away technology, the solar cell technology, and the multiple modes that this optic does come with. Holosun really does pack a ton of technology into all of their products. As for negatives, there's not a whole lot to complain with this optic. In regards to the build quality, the construction, the technology, I really don't have anything to complain about. The only things that I can think about that are negatives with this particular optic right now would be the cost, which, while not crazy expensive, is quite a bit higher than most other Holosun optics. So right now we do have this optic priced at $399.99 at our website heartoftexasarmy.com. But we do have an excellent discount code available, so if you reach out to us using the chat on our website, we'll set you up a quick code so you can save some money. Final conclusions. So at the end of the day, if you can get over the somewhat boxy aesthetic looks of the AEMS optic, you are left with probably the best optic in their lineup in my opinion. When you compare this optic against the 512C, which would be its biggest competitor, the AEMS optic is smaller, it's lighter, I think it is built better, and it gives you the advantage of having a removable mount so you can raise or lower the optic to your preference. So if you are in the market for a red dot that is built very well and would probably handle anything you throw at it, as well as have a fully enclosed LED emitter, you definitely should consider the AEMS optic from Holosun. And it is an optic that I cannot recommend highly enough. Holosun has another winner on its hands here with the AEMS. And don't forget guys, if you are looking to pick up one of these optics, head over to our website, heartoftexasarmy.com, and check them out. And don't forget to ask for a discount code. Guys, I appreciate you sticking around and watching this video review. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Y'all take care.